from Team Pre-Publish, and today we are in conversation with Prachi Agarwal. She studies at the Frame University, and she's also a writer. She's come up with her book called Yesterday I Was Clever, which is a book written in a self-transformation style of writing, where there is a lot of reflection from the writer's angle. It is on a philosophical side of writing. So over to you, Prachi. Can you please brief us more about yourself and the book that you have written?
So, apart from being a passionate writer, I'd also like to call myself a social entrepreneur. I am the founder of Wingfi, which is basically an upskilling initiative. Apart from that, I'm working on a mental health app essentially for teenagers. And my work spans across social entrepreneurship, digital design training, and mental well-being. So, my strong focus has always really been on making a real world impact. Talking about a book, like you rightly introduced, it's a journey of introspection, it's a journey of self-discovery. So, like the name suggests, Yesterday I Was Clever, it's basically inspired by Rumi's words. Rumi is again a philosopher, and he says, Yesterday I was clever, and so I wanted to change the world. Today I'm wise, and so I'll change myself. So the book follows the inner transformation of a young girl who begins with the desire of fixing everything around her. But then she slowly discovers that meaningful change starts within. So that's what the book is about. I also plan to write a sequel on, well, Today I'm Wise, but for now it's Yesterday I Was Clever.
That's wonderful. So, Prachi, when I was going through your work, I realized that you're very young, and it's a very mature subject that you have picked up. So, I wanted to understand, rather inquisitive, that what made you to start your journey with such a kind of a philosophical topic. When you thought of writing, and also because you are somebody who is socially impacting the society, and you are also you have certain goals where you want to do a lot for the society in terms of making it a better place. So tell me, a person who's sensitive like you towards understanding of life transformation when it comes to doing self work, how do you balance your all these activities and continue to take up something like writing, continue to passionately writing? So how do you balance your daily routine, and how did this journey of writing this particular book happened, and what was the transformation that you felt within yourself post publishing?
Right. So writing a book has always been on my bucket list, and I saw the National Writing Fest as a perfect opportunity for the same. Why writing? The reason is when you write, you can reach a lot more people than when you are doing for a limited set of people, right? For a book, for thoughts to transform, it's easier when you pen them down. It's easier when you record them, right? So that it's available to a lot more people. Now, answering your question about balancing things, I always say this, even to my friends, that every single person has 24 hours and it's for you to utilize it to the fullest. If I talk about my journey, a lot of my writing had to do with unlearning societal conditioning. It had to do with questioning gender roles. It had to do with embracing emotional honesty. And that's what really inspired most of the book's content.
So when did this first trigger happen that you kind of first time when you acknowledge that you are sensitive towards these kind of social conditions, and what inspired you, or do you have a person who kept you anchored? How did all this happen at such a young age?
So I think a lot of it has to do with, well, when you are at home, you're actually in a shell, right? But then I went on to my university, which was in a new city. I had to meet so many new people. There were so many new experiences that way. So it was essentially the fact that you're never going to be a part of your shell. and the shell is called your home. It's about what you become outside the shell. It's about how you transform yourself. And I'd surely like to say that being a part of the debate team led me to ask more fundamental questions. It led me to ask questions about, well, if this is there, who made it? And why do I follow it? And I think this why was the biggest anchor as to anything I do. I think finding why, finding a purpose is really important when you're doing anything for that matter.
That's very insightful. Uh, Tell me, something that you really liked when you were writing in your book, that's something that is really close, the piece of your writing that is close to your heart and which means the world to you, you know. This every writer has a bit of part in their journey of writing, which is very dear to them. So in this book, do you have something like that?
Yeah, so if I talk about my writing, I'm very spontaneous in thinking. So it's not like I don't have a plan. I surely have a plan, but then I have new ideas. The more I write, the better ideas I get, and I try incorporating those ideas in how I write. And like I was answering the previous question, I mentioned that purpose is very important. There's this chapter, the last chapter of the book is called The Price of Purpose. And I think that is the closest chapter to me because if you are finding purpose in everything, you have a price to pay for it. And there's this one quote, apart from the quote that inspired me to write the book, there's this one quote that says, it's all muddy there, but that's where the seed grows. So I think in the mud, I'm somewhere trying to plant my seed, and that seed is that of thoughts.
Wonderful. So it is, it is something uh, that I also read in one of the, Buddhist literature that, to, for a lotus to bloom, you need, a lot of murky mud to, have that kind of nutrition. So I think when in this journey of writing, self-discovery, I guess having that kind of transition, having those situations, conditions are very, very important. Uh, it's a wonderful book, Prachi, that you have written, and I want to congratulate you on that. And you have also got a jury certification, for this particular book. So I, wish you best of luck for your writing journey and your rest of the work that you're doing. And it was really, really wonderful to have this, conversation about your book. And on this note, I'm going to wrap up today's podcast. Would you like to share a message for your readers or family or friends before we close the show?
Right. So I'd like to tell only one thing that when we are young, there are so many problems that we want to solve, right? And that's what entrepreneurs also do. So, like I was saying, I'm a social entrepreneur. It's not about selling products, it's not about selling emotions. At the end of the day, it's about solving problems. So, I think at the end of the day, as we grow older, we become more greedy. That sort of happens in almost every case. And all I'd like to tell everybody is it's fine to chase your dreams, but also do something for the society. To give back is a very important lesson that I like to leave my readers with.
Wonderful. All the best, Rashi, for your writing journey. And thank you so much for such a wise advice. Thank you.
Most welcome.